5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ethics. We are here with another international rescue where we're going to hopefully cure some boredom because there is no Premier League football this weekend, or no Championship football either. You just got England, who've already qualified for the World Cup. I don't even know who England are playing. I mean, that goes to show how much I care. So, yeah, not a massive fan of international football unless it's the tournament. But today, we are doing some sort of, I would say, hot takes. I don't know if they are hot takes or not. I mean, you can let us know in the comments whether or not you agree with what we're saying or whether or not you think, yeah, that's just a standard opinion. But they're all going to be focused on Sunderland. So we're going to pick two each, I think. Hopefully we don't have corresponding ones that are the same. We haven't conversed about this beforehand, so it's possible we both have the same two. I hope not. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to throw out my first one, which is Granit Xhaka wins Premier League Player of the Season.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my hot take.
I can see why you say that now. I mean, I love it, but will it happen? It depends. I mean, it entirely depends on how we do. Unfortunately, he could be dynamite, and people are already really impressed with him. You know, his leadership, the way he dictates the game on the pitch. There aren't many players like that, and it's quite, amazing to see. And even established pundits are watching it and thinking, "Wow, this is, that's a captain." Forgotten what they look like. Yeah, he's very much Roy Keane like that, telling everybody what to do. Although I don't think Roy Keane told people where to pass, and he does. But I think, getting all those praise and plaudits will depend on how Sunderland do. If we are still, if we're top 8 come the end of the season, top 6, which would be ridiculous. But if we are, then I think that's a very good chance of that being true.
Well,
if we end up 15th, probably not.
No, I would agree with that. My thought is that if Sunderland have any success this season, and I'd qualify that and say that would be obviously winning a trophy, which seems ridiculous, but you never know, or finishing in the top 8 and getting into a European place. I feel like I can already tell that I'm actually getting a little bit irritated about the media noise around Xhaka, that like Sunderland basically have Granit Xhaka and 10 other bodies that we are unaware of who they are, other than maybe Dan Ballard. But all the other players just don't matter, and Granit Xhaka is doing this all completely on his own without the help of anybody. And yeah, I think for that reason, what we'll see is if Sunderland do finish in the top 8, Regis would not get manager of the season because he's so understated, and I think the mainstream media probably view him as bland. Whereas Xhaka, I mean, I've already seen comments he made this week. Did you see when he was talking about the Chelsea game? He was talking about how amazing the fans were, and that's what you could hear, blah, blah, blah. He's such a personality and so well known that I think if Sunderland have any success, the credit for that will lie solely at his door, and the London media like him because he played for Arsenal. So yeah, that's why I think he would get all.
It's a good one. It's a good one. The ones that I've come up with fade into insignificance in comparison to that excellent suggestion. That's not terribly outrageous though. That's like saying that basically what you're saying is the rest of the Premier League agree that Xhaka is our best player and is really, really good. I mean, I know I've watered it down a lot there.
Yeah.
But is that, I mean, that he wins Player of the Season? If we do well, that's perfectly possible. Is he going to beat Haaland, who's like scoring for fun? How could he possibly beat Haaland?
Because I think that the Premier League Player of the Year award, I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to guess that it generally doesn't go to the top scorer. It seems to me that it often goes to players like Kevin De Bruyne. It goes to players like Bruno Fernandes. I don't know if he's even won it before, but it kind of goes to them players who are like facilitators and not necessarily the players that are banging them in. Because I think Haaland already gets the top goal scorer award, so I think that they don't like to chuck on extra awards. But I think that Xhaka, already I've seen this week, TalkSport, I've seen Wayne Rooney talking about it, signing of the season, Carragher, I think it said signing of the season. So that narrative right now, with Sunderland being 4th or 5th in the league, wherever we are, the narrative is already very much that Granit Xhaka is like the best signing that any team has made this season. Therefore,
Yeah.
if Sunderland continue on this top 6 trajectory, then I think that unless there's another, obviously it depends. If there's another player that maybe like, I don't know, say, because Arsenal don't have a player like this unless Saka gets like 25 goals and 25 assists, but he's not on pace for that right now. Unless another player has an outstanding season. Right now it feels like Xhaka is the main one that I'm seeing talked about.
Yeah. Yeah. Does he win Sunderland Player of the Season?
Right now, if you were handing out the award, who would get it? It probably would be Ballard, would it?
Yeah,
Xhaka,
I mean,
but Ballard's
I'm
been
just
injured.
thinking what might happen come the end of the season. There'd be a lot of people in the shout there. Mukiele,
Yeah.
Siddiqui. Siddiqui probably wins Young Player of the Season.
Roofs.
Yeah. Roofs, that's a good bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Your
can see
turn.
that. My turn. I'm going to pale into significance now. Okay. I think we will win 10 points or more during AFCON. 6 games.
Okay, so you got the games listed just to so
I
everyone
will
can
show
play
them
along?
to you. Yeah, I will show. In
Oh,
fact,
okay.
I was. They can play along. I was even tempted, although I just decided that's far too absurd. I was even tempted to. These are the games here. That's them there. Those are the 6 games. So we have Brighton after the Mags, all the way down to Crystal Palace, and then everyone's back the day after Crystal Palace. I was tempted even to say 12 points.
Right. So I'm looking at this here, right? And if I'm being brutally honest, I see Leeds at home we should be winning. I think Brighton away is a tough game. Like buzzing with a point at Brighton. Man City at home, I feel like we could maybe get a point, but difficult. Tottenham away, I think we could win. Tottenham are awful at home. So I've got picking up.
Already you've got 7.
Yeah, and then Brentford away,
6.
really difficult. And Palace at home, again, difficult. But I can see us picking up at least a win from them too.
10 points from AFCON. Everyone says AFCON's going to be a disaster for us. You know, people worried. I think we'll pick up 10 points during AFCON or more from those 6 games. 10 points.
I think my concern with AFCON isn't about necessarily the players we're going to lose to AFCON. It's more the stress it could put on the squad if we do have a few because right now we are pretty healthy, largely. You know, we've got Mundell to come back, Serkin to come back. I think in terms of starting players, they're probably the only 2 that may be in with the shout of starting games right now have been out recently. Is that right?
Yeah.
Alderete, obviously, we're missing at the moment. But
it would be interesting
to see. We have 4 or 5 injuries on top of the players that are leaving that stretches the squad. That's my concern with AFCON.
Well, I mean, if we need another midfielder, we can always sign Pierre Ekwa. He's unattached.
Yeah. Is he still unattached?
No, legally speaking, he is Saint Etienne's player, but he has said he's thrown his contract in the bin. It's just that Saint Etienne haven't, and legally, he's their player, but he refuses to play.
This is Didier and Dong style.
Yeah, he cannot play for anybody else. But yeah, I need to see about something nice, mild man to man. How many points?
I'm right. Okay, I'm going to do it now. So I say we beat at Brighton, we beat Leeds, we draw v City, we draw v Tottenham, and we get a win from one of Brentford or Palace. So I think that's me on 8.
8. Okay, but that was conservative guessing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I think we can go to Brighton and get a point. We can go to Tottenham and win, and we could get another point from Brentford or Palace. So I could definitely see us.
10 points out of AFCON.
Yeah, I could see it.
And we would be set up for a wonderful finish when they all come back from that, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, why don't we go a little bit further? Why don't you scroll up and why don't we sort of guess where we're going to be by the time AFCON finishes?
What, down here?
You scroll the other way. So, like, let's look at all the games we've got coming up. So we've got Fulham. We've got Bournemouth. So I'm just saying, how many points do you think we're going to get from this run to the end of AFCON?
Oh, okay. So I think you get one of Bournemouth or Fulham. If you want to be conservative, maybe you get 4 points, but maybe three is probably a reasonable,
Okay,
three. Nothing from
3 from
Liverpool
there.
away, nothing from City away, three from the Mags. On current form, I do think we beat them.
Okay,
So
yeah,
what are we
that's
on?
6.
Six, and then you're into AFCON, where I think we'll get 10, 16 points.
So I'm saying 14, you're saying 16. So I think we'd both be happy with 14 points from that whole run, wouldn't we? Because that would put
By
us on
20.
32 points by mid-January. No, 33 points would it be? Yeah,
Well,
33.
that would be absurd. If you said that before the season kicked off, we'd have all thought we were daft.
Well, you'd be safe by then, wouldn't you? With 33 points, you wouldn't even
Yeah?
relegation would not even be a niggle in the back of my mind, and I'm
No.
always
Can I,
worried
let
about
me, can I
relegation.
ask you a question about our goals this season? Given
Yeah,
what happened last year, and I know the situation is a bit different, but given what happened last year, we achieved the playoffs so early, and like we're stuck in third or fourth for months. That Regis decided to rotate the squad, and we knew what we were doing. We knew what the goal was. He has stuck doggedly to the idea of 17th. When we get enough points, do you think it makes a difference to the squad mentality to then say, okay, keep putting in the same amounts of astonishing effort? Because I do feel like all the players are playing at peak levels to achieve what they're achieving now. And
I
so,
think I don't think that it would, because so the teams that used to do this in the past, right? Tony Pulis's teams were notorious for getting 40 points and then basically losing the last 8 games. He's just notorious for that happening. I think that this team, because of what they've done already this season, if we hit, say, 40 points by February ish, it's far too early to not have sort of your eyes up the league table. And I don't think, as well, with the prize money you get from winning, the fact as well, we've got a lot of ambitious players. Like, don't delude yourself in thinking
yeah,
that Noah Siddiqui and, even Nori Mukwele, Alderete, and all these players aren't thinking, well, if I can
yeah,
get into the top 6 with Sunderland, then I'm going to either get a massive, brilliant new contract here or get a move to one of the top teams in the Premier League and make even more
yeah,
money. So I think that it's a
absolutely,
hungry
yeah.
group.
Absolutely. I think that's the reason why we've signed, some of these players have signed for us, because we've said we are a pathway to fulfilling your career to be a top player. And I think
Yeah.
absolutely Siddiqui is going to give everything he can because he wants to get to the very top, and he can do that with us. So I think you're right. It was just a question.
Yeah.
So then maybe
That's
that's
fine.
not so. Originally, I wrote out 12 points from AFCON. I don't know if that's a
Oh,
hot take or just stupidity,
that
but I
probably is
crossed
the
it out.
hot take. That's the steaming hot take.
I crossed it out and said 10. That was a bit safer.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a hot take is. You had to try and explain it to me earlier, and I'm still not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So I suppose I can give you an example of a cool take. Was that? Do you remember? I think we had him on Propaganda. Rory Jennings. Do you know him? He does
I know
talk
Rory
sport.
Jennings. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And he had said that Haaland wouldn't score 15 goals, I think, in his first season, and it was really disrespectful to suggest that Haaland would score 15 goals. This is obviously just when he signed for City. And that would be a cold take. That would be a really stone
Right.
cold take. So your take here is a hot take, but if Sunderland got no points in AFCON, we would look back at this and go, that was a really cool take you had there. It's
Okay.
more you just throwing your opinion out and but you're determined it's true, but it might not happen. Anyway, my next hot take is Sunderland break their transfer record in January.
Oh, okay. Possibly. I have a comparable top hot take that I will tell you now because I think the two get discussed together. We don't sign a right winger either.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting because my theory of Sunderland break their transfer record in January was essentially that we're going to sign like a barnstorming right winger.
Okay. Who is that going to be?
I've got
Nobody we know.
absolutely no idea. No
Yeah.
idea who it would be, but I think that
Somebody for
if
more than 35 million.
yeah, so it would be 31, isn't it? Is that the right one?
31. Yeah, 35
Yeah.
million euros. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think we signed someone in the region of 35 to 40 million. Yeah.
Well, I hope we do, because if we do, it's because we're positioned to go for top 10. Would
Yeah.
be the only reason I think that happens. So, I mean, I
Well,
hope we do.
my thought for this is that I look at the whole team, the team generally, and the only hole I'm really picking is that right wing position, and because of that, like, you know, Lusumi, for example, I don't see a reason for them to go back in for a centre back in
No.
January because
Other
our defense has
than,
been good.
yeah, it has been good, but other than, I mean, I think the intention is for Nordy to actually be a right back, but he doesn't have to be. Hume is coming on great guns there, but we have no left-footed centre half other than Alderete, and I think that is reason enough to need another one. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't proved a problem now, but if you watch the way we play, it certainly stifles the ability to make cross passes from the left to the right winger, from the back of the pitch, because there isn't really anybody who can do that with any accuracy, because our only left-footed ball player at the back is injured. So I do think it matters, and it wouldn't surprise me if they went back in for him. But I understand what you say, the defence is tight, but I think it does matter for options and playing out and passing. And I think you can have seen that in recent games. We haven't been able to pass like that, which would be nice to see when Alderete comes back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. So why don't you think we'll sign a right winger?
Well, I have no reason. Just like you can't really name somebody we're gonna sign. You just think that we need one. I accept that we need one, but that doesn't always mean that we get one. And Sunderland are quite specific. So I think that Sunderland, you know, they don't just recruit, although I mean, it did look like Robbie and Traore were, you know, last minute recruitments because we had to send Gay back and Roberts went on loan and we need a right wing. It did look that way, but in general, Sunderland don't have a history of recruiting just because a position is vacant. We went ages without a striker, and I remember KLD saying, "Sure, we want to sign a striker, but it's got to be the right one for the right money." And so they are quite prepared to hold off for several transfer windows to get what they need. Now, was that because previously they needed to have a tight ship for when we got promoted? Is that less of an issue now? And I don't know what their preferred balance is for experience and youth. You look at the player that we've touted as being injured with in France. I mean, he's only like 18 or something, isn't he? Sharif, the midfielder. That we're I mean, there's going to be so many players that we're touted with between now and January. So I don't think it's a guarantee. What kind of player are we going to be buying? If we're going to be buying, I think it will be big, like you say. And so that probably means that somebody we might be able to know or might be able to identify. Maybe it'd be fun to do a program, all the right wingers we could choose from. I don't know. But they have to be available. People aren't often available in January, particularly really good ones, because other teams need them. And you have to pay over the odds. And I'm not sure that Sunderland are, as much as we've had a great summer, I'm not sure that Sunderland are a gun-ho club. I think they're essentially still the same club. So maybe we wait for the summer.
Yeah, and I could see that happening. But I think essentially this take of mine of breaking the transfer record stems from the fact of if there is a player that they think, oh wow, that is a summer transfer target and they are available. If, for example, I don't know, like you look at, say, a Chelsea or an Arsenal, one of these top level teams where maybe they've got a player that's on the fringes. I don't know who this player would be, by the way. I haven't looked at their squads. But if there's a player that becomes available and they go, do you know what? Like, do you know that Real Madrid striker we were linked with in the summer on loan?
Gonzalo Garcia.
Yeah. So, as far as I'm aware, I don't think he's been playing tons of games for Real Madrid. So, let's just say Real Madrid go, right, he's available. And then we go, well, we'll snap him up straight away in January because, you know, we want to get him in before the summer. Before, like, when we bought Mundell, we bought Mundell in the January to replace Jack Clark. Lafay last season, we went big on Enzo Lafay. I know it was a loan deal, but we did do a big transfer deal in there. So my thought is maybe the club, if the right player is available, I think the club will spend massive.
Possibly. I mean, Gonzalo Garcia is not a bad, possibility. He's only played 7 games for Real Madrid. I think almost all of them substitute appearances. He's played 96 minutes in those 7 games, so like averaging about 15 minutes a game or something. So he's not playing for them. They will buy somebody in the summer, so you have to wonder what his future is. Maybe maybe we go back for him at some point. I don't know.
Not a right winger though.
Well, I don't think we're going to sign one.
No, that's fair enough. I had a bonus one in case we had a matching one. So my bonus one, which I'm probably the least confident in, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway, is that Isidore finishes as the second top Premier League goal scorer.
Yeah, no, I can't buy that.
Hang on, who are the current Premier League top scorers? Let's just have a look how horrific a take that is.
I love him. I made a T-shirt out of him.
He's definitely not doing it.
No way. I love him. I made a T-shirt with him on.
Oh.
Yeah, but even I don't think that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Have you got anything you can share about?
Well, I can share you the list of the top scorers of the Premier League right now, and
yeah.
So he's not getting ahead of Haaland, but I didn't realize Thiago had scored 8.
People are talking about Thiago maybe making the Brazil squad for the World Cup.
Yeah, yeah, he's looking pretty. He was pretty good at the Stadium United this season. Semenyo 6. Maybe actually, right? Thiago gets snapped up by Real Madrid in January, then whatever his name is comes to Sunderland, and and then Isidore can slide in there.
Yeah, show people the top scorers. I've got the screen shared there.
Oh, sorry. I thought I already had done that. Oops, my bad. Is it shared now? Oh no. Hang on.
There you go. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. I thought I'd already shared this, but it sent us the wrong screen. Anyway, Haaland 14, Thiago on 8. So yeah, Thiago gets signed. Is the only way that really Isidore would get ahead of him. And then even these ones.
Isidore isn't on this list.
No, he is. He's down here.
How far down?
He's joint 7th.
With Voltemada.
Yeah.
And Gyökeres.
Yeah.
And Junior Krupi. Yeah. No, it's not happening. I don't think so. I like this. It's ambitious, but there are some good players there.
Goals
Ndai
per
is
90.
Are you going to change it? Are you going to try and cheat?
Well, I was looking at his goal per 90s on 0.53, which is higher than Gyökeres and Ndai and Jadon Anthony and Salah.
Still behind Welbeck and Thiago. Oh no, he's above them. 0.9. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I'd love it if it happened, but not going to happen.
I've already decided it's a cold take.
Well, I've got one more if you'd like.
Okay, go on. We'll finish off with this.
Sunderland make the semis of the FA Cup.
Oh, that's a bold one. It's a bold take. I mean, I can't remember if it was during this episode or the previous one we just recorded where I did say, if we have a cup. Oh, it was the Xhaka thing. I said if Sunderland win the FA Cup, then Xhaka would get the I think that if you were to pin down the team right now and ask their biggest regret of the season, I think it probably would be that Carabao Cup game, because I think that they expected us to be not as good. I say that. I just mean that I don't think they expect us to be as comfortable on the table as what we are. And I think they would have wished to have had the chance to do that over and go for it. So it wouldn't surprise me, especially with the FA Cup playing largely on Saturdays. You're not having to fit them.
Yeah. The FA Cup starts in January. By then, we could be close to being safe. We could, if we're on 30 points or very, we only need 10 more to be, next to 30 points by January. I mean, that is achievable. If you're on 30 points by January, then you start to look at the FA Cup and think, well, we can afford to have a go at this. Yeah. Because otherwise it's spare weeks, and why wouldn't we have a go at this? We'll have players back and fit, so I think we'll have a go at it. And then I think, there is some luck of the draw in who you get drawn against, and I think that if you're drawn against Premier League teams, traditionally top 8 teams, we are really hard to beat. We don't get thrashed. We're hard to beat. We're always in a game. There's always a chance. They are going to be, by January, they'll have played a lot of football. They'll have played all of their, most of them will be playing in Europe. A lot of them are still in the Carabao Cup, although that finishes before then. And they have league games that they, really got to win. I think a lot of them are going to have played a lot more football than us. Some of them may not be as up for the FA Cup as we are, and a bit of luck of the draw, I could see, and we only need 10 more points to start thinking about that cup seriously. I could see how we could make a real fist of the FA Cup and have chances against some better teams. There aren't many that we would fear already, but those ones that we do fear might have their eyes elsewhere, and we'll certainly be a lot tireder.
Yeah, it's look at the draw as well in the FA Cup, isn't it? Because
it is. But even if we meet
if you draw Man City away, say, it's obviously difficult, especially if you draw them in like the quarter final. But if you can get a sort of kind run where you get teams at the Stadium of Light, and the cup catches the imagination of the fan base, and we don't have that ludicrous scenario where they top off half the stadium and it looks ridiculous. The club need to sort that out. If the fans buy into it and it becomes like a thing that we really target and market, I think if we certainly got past the 4th round and we're in the 5th round, I think it would start to capture the imagination of the fan base, and I think that would really make.
I think you will do, because you get a black cap point for going to the FA Cup, don't you?
Yeah.
And this season has demonstrated that you're going to need them if you want to go and see us next season.
So when is the FA Cup 3rd round?
It's first weekend in January? So it's always the first weekend of each month, I think.
I thought is there not a what would be the word, a break? Is there not like a week break you get in the Premier League?
Possibly.
A winter break.
And they have
10th of January is when it is.
Yeah, so it's always that first weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
The first open weekend of January after New Year. So what are we? December, January.
So
that's the first clear weekend.
We must have a midweek game before and after it. Is that right? Because it's sure we play Brentford on a midweek.
Well, we play on the 2nd. We play on Friday the 2nd. And I don't know. We play Man City. Is it Friday the 2nd?
No, it's New Year's Day now. 8 p.m.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was originally for that.
Yeah. I'm shit.
So who do we play after that then?
We did. I didn't. At all these fixtures.
I only went
right.
to.
Yeah, we got Brentford in the midweek before the.
Oh yeah,
that was what I was thinking of.
That's right. Tottenham on the 4th, Brentford on the 7th.
That could impact things a little bit.
But maybe. It's always that early weekend each month, and I don't know. You get a bit lucky with the draw. Some of these teams will be busier than you. They'll be in a lot of cups. They might, certainly the European teams above you, draw them at home. We're hard to beat. We don't get hammered. I think there's always going to be chances here, unless you're unlucky enough to be drawn away to, away to Arsenal or away to Man City. I mean, they'd be very, very hard. You'd have to get very lucky, I think. But those aside, you'd then start to think, well, maybe the odds are that we could go relatively far. I mean, is it the 6th round? Is that the 6th round? That's the quarters.
Yeah.
So we've got to win 3 games of football. 4 games of football. We've got to win 4 games of football to get to the semis. I think that's doable given the circumstances, because we will have 30 points by then, by 17th of January. So it's doable, and I think they'll make a better fist of it than before.
I like it. I like the hot take.
Okay.
I'd be very intrigued what the club do about cup. Like if we got to a final or semi-final, how they'd sort the tickets out, because the allocations I think are about 30,000 for these games.
It's much less than Wembley playoffs, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we've got 38,000 season ticket holders. It means you're gonna have a lot of disgruntled people.
Yeah. Well, I've only got us getting to the semis.
Yeah. You might get more for the semis, maybe. I don't know. The thing is, the issue is it costs so much to go that, like, if you got the semi-finals, I think some fans would go, right, I can't afford to do both, so I'll just wait to see if they get the final. But this is why I get irritated with people who call out Man City about this, and they don't sell out semi-finals at
Yeah.
Wembley, because I am a massive Sunderland fan, right? And if Sunderland were in the Champions League and getting to later stage of the Champions League games and the tickets are like 80 quid a pop, then you play two final, like a semi-final and a final at Wembley of the FA Cup if you get there. Then you've got obviously away games on top of that. Heaven forbid you want to do a European away day. I can understand why
yeah.
fans of clubs, especially the ones that are really successful, don't go to these games.
I know there's a price cap for Premier League away tickets. Is there not one for FA Cup tickets if you're away? Is there a price cap for that?
I doubt there is for the semi-final at Wembley.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
I wondered about the club price caps if they hold them for the FA Cup as well as the Premier League.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Normally they're cheaper than normal tickets, aren't they? Unless you're Coventry City, I imagine they'll still be charging 45 quids for tickets.
Well, there we are.
Link back to an old episode of Propaganda there.
So, do we stand any chance of these coming true? Or will it all be wrong?
No, I don't think they'll all be wrong. I think definitely... So what, we got Xhaka getting Premier League Player of the Season. So what, if we were going to give that a out of 10 chance of happening, I think 6 is high. I was going to say like 3.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, because for Xhaka to get Player of the Year, that relies on Sunderland finishing probably in the top 6.
Okay.
Which feels... I wouldn't even say we've got a 30% chance of that happening, so I'd say it's probably a less.
No, I think you're right. And I think even if we do, he still won't. He still would be.
It relies as well on like another top play. Like if I'm trying to think, there isn't really massively outstanding players this season, but if, for example, as I said before, like Saka,
not taking goal kickers out of it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to say that's a 2 out of 10.
Okay.
And then we've got yours, which was
10 points in AFCON. 10 points in AFCON.
I think that's far more likely to happen than I'd say that's a 7 out of 10.
Oh, you're confident now.
Yeah, I think 10. Yeah, you've sold us on that one. I can see us getting 10.
Okay. How about 12?
8 plus. No, I don't see.
How about...
I don't see 12. I'm on the bandwagon of probably 2 to 3 wins. That's where I am.
Okay.
The next
breaking the transfer record in January.
Well, that's more likely than Xhaka winning Player of the Season, and I think that tallies into potentially if we pick up 10 points in the AFCON period, maybe they would think it's that. So I'm gonna say that's a 7 out of 10 for me.
Players are more expensive. I don't think we will. So I'm going to say no. I think that's a 3 or a 4.
Okay.
What about no right winger?
Well, I mean that lends into, if I think we're going to break the transfer record, it's because I think we're going to sign a right winger.
Because you think you're right. Yeah.
So
I mean, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong on that.
So I gave that one a 3 out of 10 on the basis.
Well,
it's a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a pure guess. I think it's. I'll go 5 or 6 on the same basis. I said 3 or 4.
I think we've already decided that Wilson Isidore isn't going to be second top goal scorer. So I'm going to.
Are you getting a 0 from me? Donut.
No, it's not a 0. Okay, I think
donut.
1 out of 10. Thing is, right, if he scored a hat trick in his next game, he's there or thereabouts.
A hat trick against Fulham, I believe.
Yeah. You should put the link. Can people buy these?
They can. I can get them delivered to their door for, I don't know, like 12 quid or something. I haven't organised getting a link. The people will just have to sort of ask. I mean, that would be well planned and organised.
Yeah. You just bring in shirts on that people might want to wear and not giving them the chance to buy them.
Well, do you want one? I've got one with a bigger print than that. Do you want one?
What are you trying to say?
No. I mean, I'm saying the print is small for the shirt. The print is small for the shirt.
I thought you were saying that because I'm such a fat bastard that I needed a bigger print to cover my girthy.
Oh, I have another one. I didn't like that one. The material's too thin. I've got a better material and a bigger Wilson.
Okay.
A bigger Wilson.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The last one was the FA Cup semi-final. I'm gonna say.
Did I sell it?
I'm going to give it a 5.
A 5. Okay, so I mean that sounds plausible then for you. It's
Yeah, I
just
think it
down to
is.
luck
I
of the
mean,
draw. It's just
yeah,
down to
it
luck.
relies on that draw. I mean, is it a 5? I mean, is a 5 out of 10 saying I'm saying it's got a 50% chance of happening? Because if that's the case, it's probably not a 5 out of 10. I don't know. I don't know. 5. I'm just going to go straight down the middle. 5. I don't
All
know.
right.
Maybe it will. Maybe it won't.
So what do I win if my hot takes beat yours?
Pride.
Okay, you have to give me. I'll give you one of these T-shirts if you beat me.
Yeah, okay. And I'll not give you a T-shirt. 'Cause I'll give you a free crossword book. There you are.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So,
All right.
I'm not in the habit of giving
Good
them away
stuff.
for free. So, good luck.
That's fine. I've got to earn it.
Right. Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching this. We rambled on for 36 minutes. We appreciate you watching. Let us know your hot takes as well in the comments. I'm generally very bad at asking for engagement, and I apologize for that, but I just forget. So let us know if you've got any hot takes, and we may grade them in a future video and let you know if you are right or wrong. So thanks, Taff, and we'll see everyone when we see them, whenever that is, next week, probably to preview the Fulham game.